The cream of the crop of musicians make a lot of money. Paul McCartney, Rihanna, and Jay-Z are all billionaires thanks in part to their investments that their initial music success allowed. But what if you want to make some money quickly and aren't particularly concerned with ethics? It turns out that well-known singers and bands are in demand for private and corporate parties, sometimes for unseemly characters. For example, Nelly Furtado, Beyoncé, Usher, Mariah Carey, Lionel Richie, and 50 Cent have, at one point or another, sang at events hosted by Hannibal and Mutassim Gaddafi, sons of Muammar Gaddafi, leader of Libya, until his assassination in 2011. In Furtado's case, she was paid $1 million for a 45-minute performance for Gaddafi's relatives in 2007. After the protests broke out in Libya, she donated the money. A few days later, Beyoncé would do the same, donating $1 million she got for a private New Year's Eve performance alongside Usher for Gaddafi's family in St. Bart's in 2009. Mariah Carey earned $1 million for performing 4 songs for a similar Gaddafi performance. In a statement, she apologized, saying, quote, "I was naive and unaware of who I was booked to perform for. I feel horrible and embarrassed to have participated in this mess," end quote. This was just Carey's first dictatorial performance snafu. In 2013, she was paid more than $1 million for playing for José Eduardo dos Santos, president of Angola from 1979 until 2017. He had spent much of his regime building his own wealth, while his citizens lived on less than $2 a day and had been criticized by the Human Rights Foundation for executions of political and journalistic figures. Nicki Minaj was paid $2 million for a similar performance hosted by Unitel, a mobile phone company part-owned by Dos Santos and his daughter, Isabel. Similarly, Jennifer Lopez sang happy birthday to Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedow, the authoritarian second president of Turkmenistan, at an event hosted by the China National Petroleum Corporation. In 2018, Berdimuhamedow had black cars impounded, and authorities held their owners to repaint them white or silver because he considered white to be a lucky color. Amusing, perhaps, but certainly dictatorial. Even more amusing is that they shut down the internet to stop a video of him falling off a horse from spreading. Ironically, the performance was vetted by Lopez's staff, and her publicist said that if they had known about the human rights abuses, she would not have performed. In 2013, Kanye West was criticized for performing at a wedding in Kazakhstan for Aysultan Nazarbayev, grandson of the at-time Kazakhstani president Nursultan Nazarbayev. According to TMZ, West was paid $3 million for the performance. In 2009, Sting performed at a festival hosted by Gulnara Karimova, daughter of Uzbekistan's dictator Islam Karimov. The festival was meant to celebrate the regime of Karimov. Considering the unseemly character of many of the people that commissioned these artists, it does explain why so many of these performances fly under the radar. Singers usually have their clients sign NDAs and forbid any kind of recording, but word does eventually get out. Now, I don't really have an issue with sellouts, that's fine, but considering how many of these singers espouse the importance of human rights, it's disappointing to see the hypocrisy. Thankfully, it's not all dictators or scumbags. Beyoncé takes the cake for private performances. She reportedly earned $24 million for a 1-hour concert to launch Atlantis the Hotel, a hotel in Dubai. With this performance, she set a new world record for most expensive private performance. The previous record was held by the Rolling Stones, who were paid close to $19 million in 2002 to play at the 60th birthday party of private equity billionaire David Bonderman. Beyoncé was also paid close to $5 million for playing at a pre-wedding party for Isha Ambani, daughter of Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani. According to Billboard, Celine Dion gets paid $6.5 million per private event, and does a few every year. But the most expensive performance, accounting for time, was a private party in New York City where the Eagles were reportedly paid $6 million to play just Hotel California, which comes in at close to $1 million per minute.
Welcome to the hotel.